Hey guys. Um I'm in my car. It's not working, but it needs to run, and before I went on my walk tonight, I'm really being called to like do a channeled message, but I don't necessarily know what it is offhand. Like, I'm at this place where I'm like, okay, I know I can like feel that there's a message, I just don't know what it is. That's the best way to describe it. Like, it's just this nudge to do that, and I'm kind of stalling because I'm trying to like see maybe if I say something. So I'm just gonna talk about my weekend for a little bit, and maybe something will trigger there. But it's been a wild like week and a half for me. A lot of changes, lots of big movements, positive and negative. I think everybody, everyone always has a balance of that, right? Like, my car still isn't working, but we're pretty sure we know what the problem is. So we're just like trying to find these parts, and luckily my uncle knows a guy, so I don't have to pay for labor, so love that. But it just is like, it's frustrating, right? Like, it really is like, okay, Spirit, like, damn, why can't we just like let this ball roll for real? And it really just feels like right now Spirit is like, sorry, it's coming in now. It just feels like Spirit is like, yeah, another bump for you. One last thing before that next chapter. Let's really see how much you believe what the fuck you got going on. And I don't know if anybody resonates with that, but I've been feeling like that probably for the last like 6 months. Like, I've been getting to this point where I'm like, Spirit, why are we playing this game? And it's like the universe is like, babe, you're playing the game, not me. Like, you can have everything that you want, but are you actually going to believe it? Like, do you believe in yourself? Do you see your own light? Do you see how powerful you are? Do you see the connections that you have in this world? Like, once you get there, babe, then we can go there. And that's what I feel like with this car. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna stress, I'm not gonna worry. Like, before, I'd be fucking freaking out. Like, that whole freedom thing that I was talking about before, it feels like Spirit is just really moving in with this like energy of like, yeah, it's gonna happen more frequently to see how sturdy the foundation is. And I know I've been talking about foundation a lot in the last couple of weeks of like collective reads or just even TikTok reads or whatever. So it feels like this is very important. I see like this concrete, but like at like a building site, like a skyscraper site, right? And they have like cranes, and they're laying that foundation, and there's guys smoothing it out, right? Smoothing it out. That's what I'm seeing. And it's like, you're basically trying to like smooth out the foundation now. Like, you have way more foundation, right? Because before it was just like it was just dirt. It wasn't even concrete, right? It was just dirt. It could get kicked around, a heavy rain, the wind could blow a certain way, and you're all over the fucking place. That's who you were, right? That was who you used to be. And though you're not exactly who you want to be fully, you're so much closer than you've ever been. So that puts you in new territory, right? I see like a big yield sign, and like the those like wooden like cross things that have like the black and yellow lines, like what you see in movies, right? Like a taxi, like the checkered pattern on a taxi. Like, you want to go, but you actually have to feel. The person who you were before was able to just go. They didn't have to feel, because they didn't know what feeling felt like, because they weren't ready to hold it. They weren't ready to utilize it. They weren't strong enough, smart enough. I shouldn't say smart enough. Like, smart enough in the sense of knowing, right? You don't know what you don't know. And that's not a bad thing, not knowing something. But once you do finally know something, it's like, that's not necessarily the analogy. you know what I mean? It's like, you want to know why you're so much different now is because you actually know. You've actually put so much different things in practice, though it might not have been consistently, or maybe it hasn't been that long of a time, or maybe it's like an in and out thing, but it's always something better, right? After each big lesson, after each big moment, after each big tower moment, it feels like you finally flow, right? You finally flow into this other person. And it's kind of like you notice, but you only notice in real moments, like real deep moments where you're like, yeah, I am different. Like after that big fight, after, right? Like this car, like I know that the car will get fixed. I know that it's not gonna like break us financially. Because anybody that has been talking to me for the last like year and a half, there's been so many times where I'm like, oh my God, not another thing. Oh my God, not another thing. But I always tell people it's about faith. It's about trust. It's about leaping when you don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, am I just going to say it or am I going to fucking be about it? And I started being about it. I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that. Like, okay, yeah, shit happens, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. I know it's not the end of the world. I'll always have more money. Money flows to me easily, effortlessly. And then, saying stuff about myself like, oh, it's swimsuit season. I'm like, oh, I got dark spots on my thighs and this and that. I'm like, bitch, you're fucking married and have a baby. Like, who are you worried about? Any of these people that have ever seen you? Even if I'm in the shorts, even if I'm in the big t-shirt, even if I'm in the hoodie, you can look at me and tell I am not a skinny bitch. So why would you be so shocked when you saw me in a bathing suit and you saw a fat roll, a back roll, a stretch mark? Like, yeah, bitch, you know what it is? And that's not a bad thing. Like, I'm starting to realize now of like, okay, I wouldn't even wear a two-piece like from Torrid until years and years and years later. And then all of a sudden I got a little bit of confidence there. And then I started doing more for myself, and it's just interesting, it's just really interesting that there's always this transition. There's always movement forward that you don't necessarily even recall or remember, but that is the change. That's what's different. That's what's different about you. You started thinking differently. You started reacting differently. You started feeling differently. And not even just feeling differently, doing different, like actually being different, but different meaning you. Like you're finally doing what's best for you. You're finally putting your best effort forward for your own sake, right? You could talk about it till you're blue in the face with people, but believing it yourself is so much harder when it's in practice. And I've been in a free fall. I mean, seriously, I'm still falling. I have no clue. I do, but I don't. I do know what's next, but I don't know how I'm getting there. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I know I'm gonna have the apartment, I'm gonna move out, and the money is more stable, and I can afford to do more things and be there for people and make Stellanova bigger and do more readings and just connect with different people, right? I know that, but I don't know how that transition is even gonna look, how it's even going to be. Because at this point, it's just like, okay, I mean, I'm trusting, but I'm also like kind of fucking nervous. Confirmation. In case you thought I wasn't being real, I'm being real. Like, I am fucking nervous because I know it's gonna be different. Because I know I'm different. I feel it. I look it. I breathe it. It's just all different. Even like dealing with the car situation, dealing with my parents' situation, dealing with the living situations. There's so many different things, like there's so many different things. There's so many different levels. And at my coven call with Elise and Shelby, like we were talking about this, and I was just like, I was really complaining about my parents. Like I was very upset of like that inner teen was still pissed. Like when certain things would happen, when certain things would be said, like now, right? I'd react in a way where I'm like, why can't they just like be more supportive? Or why can't they just actually see me without trying to like put stuff on me? There was many levels, there was many layers. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's the lesson, right? That's why I'm here, to learn not to let that shit affect me, because that's the deepest root. That's like when I think of like the concrete being poured, this is like the last layer to top it all off, is how can I handle them being back here, dealing with things, dealing with people. It's like, it's frustrating. It's really fucking frustrating, because I'm back where I have all of this trauma, where my parents are bringing out even more trauma. But I'm also grateful because I have a place to live, and I know I'm safe, and like my family's safe, and you know, Luna has her grandparents, and my grandma was huge in my life, still is, and I see her every week. Like, I take Luna over there every week to see my grandma, and it's like, okay, I really want that for her, I do, but I'm like, fuck. Like, I don't want to fucking be here anymore. Like, I'm so irritated. And then I told Donald, I was like, you know what? Anytime that I'm irritated, I'm arguing or feeling upset whenever I talk to my parents, I want us to like mantra back and forth of like, you know, the 3 great things of what's going on here, right? Our marriage has become stronger from going through something this traumatic together on more than one way. Which it's like a trauma bond, but no, like, we've been together for 13 years. Like, there's been a lot of trauma that's been happening throughout our over a decade of time together, but we always come out on the other side, and we always have a lesson learned, but in a way that it's changed us and it's made us grow. Anybody that's known us since literally the first time we've met, but Shelby, because all 3 of us met for the first time on a Halloween party night, but Shelby has known Donald just as long as me, and we've all known each other, and all of us are so much different now compared to like the fuck offs that we were at like 18, 19, 20. Like, oh my god, like a mess, right? Literally a mess. But there's so much more growth that I know I had to do here, because it would forge me in steel, iron, whatever, right? Like, I see a sword, like I literally am being made into the sword, right? Where I'm not hurting other people, I'm protecting myself, because before I didn't want to hurt other people, so I became a people pleaser and I never protected myself. And now I put on this armor, but it's to protect myself. And at a certain degree, like, I know I can't have the full suit of armor. At some point, it's just going to be like a shield and a sword, because truthfully, I still need to move. I still need to feel. I still need to interact with the world and do all of these things, but I don't have to be so guarded. It doesn't have to be so hard. I can let go of this weight without feeling heavy. Yeah, heavy. And feeling heavy, I know you know what I mean. You feel it on your chest, you feel it on your stomach, you feel it on your heart, you feel it on your shoulders, on your head, all of you. You feel it everywhere on you, because it does feel so fucking heavy. It feels heavy because you know it's different. And that armor was that last layer of protection before you were fully seen. And that's exactly where all of us are in some way, shape, or form. Some of us may be a little further. Some of us are just starting that journey, but that journey is happening across the board for all of us. And it's crazy when you think about it, how our souls find each other, how we become aligned, how we become a part of these soul families, and getting peeks into the lives of people I would have never known if I didn't put this out there, right? If I didn't put this out into the ether, I would have never met so many people that I am like, oh my God, these people are great. Like, these people see me, and I don't even have to like try to be something that I'm not, because I am being me, and it's more than enough. And I feel like Spirit has been banging my fucking head for the last year and a half of like, that's why you're here. So that you know that no matter what your parents say, no matter what your parents think, no matter what they do or don't do, it doesn't matter. You don't need their approval. You don't need them to run your life. You already know what that feels like for them to run your life. So you didn't like it. So now we're changing. Now we're different. Now we're holding boundaries. But it's harder. It's way fucking harder. I am a chronic people pleaser. Like literally since I've been 4. I'm 30. And I would say over the last 2 years, basically when I got pregnant, was when I was like, oh no. Oh fuck no. I'm not dealing with this. Like this one girl. It's so funny because I already know Elise and Shelby, they're watching this and they're like, yep, we know that one girl. And I don't even care. I'll drop her name. Her name was Hope. And Hope, I've known her since she's known me since I was like 7. Because her and my mom have worked together for a long time. Worked together. And now, it was last year, she missed my baby shower. And she planned everything, like, with me. Not planned, but, like, she did big parts. I didn't want to do opening gifts at the venue. Wanted to open them at home with Donald, like, alone. And I wanted to play games, and I wanted to eat, and I wanted to dance. Like, that's just what I wanted to do. So she made the punch, and she got the little printouts of like the games and the quizzes, and then the little tags, and just all of these like small little things she was supposed to be doing, and it made it one big thing because it's basically my party. She didn't show up. Literally like 3 hours before the party, just text and said, I can't make it. I don't even think she said sorry. It was just like, I can't make it. I won't be there today. And everyone's calling, everyone's texting. This is me and Donald's day. This is my baby shower. And you're making this shit about you. I'm fucking worried about you. I'm worried about your mother. I'm worried about, my party. I'm worried about all these things. Because now I gotta act. Now I gotta flip. And this is not the first time that she's done this to me. She did this at my bridal party. In my bridal shower. Bachelorette parties. Like... And I kept dealing with it. I literally kept dealing with it. And I would think, like, oh, it would just make us stronger. And it's not gonna happen again. And it would. And it did, over and over. And I literally dealt with that for over a decade. And she was one of my best friends. Like, I literally would tell people that she's like my big sister. Because she's 10 years older than me. So yes, this person I'm talking about is in their 40s. Okay? And she got her own shit going on. And when everything ended, it was just a cutoff. She just blocked me. We were supposed to have this conversation because I wanted to have it in person, and I was willing to try, was willing to hear her out, but it was a bullshit excuse. She could have done way more. She could have been way more vocal, actually communicated, but she couldn't because she wasn't well. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on in her life. And at first, like, it really hurt because I'm like, Spirit, why are you taking someone that's like my sister away? And now I realize I would not be this person if I was still dealing with her bullshit. I would not be this person if I wasn't holding my boundaries against my parents right now. I wouldn't be this person if I was, doing anything else than what I'm doing right now. I would have never started this. Never. I've been talking about it for years and blowing it off for years. Who am I? I'm not good enough. Who wants to listen to me? Why me? Confirmation. I really did believe those things. And that's where my transition is right now. And I don't really know why Spirit is like having me channel this message in this way. I think this is just probably one of the more raw messages as I'm like receiving it, because we all know I'm a certified yapper, yes. But I have cards right here. They're in my pouch. I don't feel called to them right now. It feels like Spirit really wants me. I just hear like, talk your shit. Like, talk your shit. Talk your shit. Because like, this is the real me. There is no hiding. Actually, I love the fact that 2 of my best friends are in this group, because they could probably see me in a much different light than I even see myself. And isn't that always the funny thing? Is like other people can see it before you do. And the mirror standing right in front of your fucking face the entire time. But I love the dramatics of it all, you know. I always talk about like scenes out of a movie. Like my life feels like scenes out of a movie. And it's fun. It's fun when you think about life like that. Like, oh my God, I'm changing so different. Like I'm in my spirit baddie era, and like I'm really living, and I finally found my power era. I finally found my voice era. I finally gave a fuck era, right? Like there's all of this transition, and sharing it with people, when people watch you grow. I like see mountains. That's so funny. Because I keep hearing like, you're moving mountains. Like the big pillars of bullshit that you've dealt with for, you know, the last decade and a half, 2 decades, depending on how old you are. It's like, fuck, man, this is awesome. Like I get to grow around people that are actually encouraging me, that actually see me for who I am, who actually are moving forward in a way that I can get with. Like some people are a little bit more ahead, some people may be a little bit more behind, some people are right next to me. And it's awesome because I get perception, I get conversation, I get depth, emotional connection, right? Soul family. Because I think all of us in some way, shape, or form has always looked for some type of family like this, right? All of us got family trauma. I don't care who you are. Everyone has family trauma in some way, shape, or form. It's very rare for people not to have some type of trauma in their family. But it's also like badass that we all found each other. And it feels like spirit is like, give more slack. Like you think you're not growing fast enough, but the reality is you are like moving through mountains, right? Like walk through mountains. Like you're moving mountains like crazy right now. You're moving big shit that is out of the way. You're building that foundation for that skyscraper, right? Like in the beginning of what we were talking about. You're finally getting to the point where you're either pouring the concrete or you're smoothing it out. And when I say it like that, it's like those beginning stages of like really holding your boundaries, really being about what you say you're about, and not hiding and not masking and unveiling themselves. And you know, the next level is like actually holding those boundaries, actually dressing the way you want, actually talking the way you want, standing on fucking business, right? And then, you know, next level. And you finally get to the point where it's becoming solid. Like it's a solid foundation in you. And you'll never waver, right? Because this is the finishing touch. And this is what we're talking about here, is no matter what, you're in the concrete stage. But the stronger and harder that you are of building yourself, staying consistent, you know, actually unveiling yourself and showing your real self, then you really are going to take off like lightning, because then you're finally energetically matched. You're finally there. You're finally in the field of where you need to be to shoot off like a rocket. Like I'm literally seeing a rocket like shooting off into space right now. It's like, and isn't that what we want? Like, isn't that what we want at the end of the day, is to be in that life and to be in that place? But like, it's hard, right? Because this space, this small space, the one that I've been circling like this forever, I know it like the back of my hand. It feels comforting. Even though it's not what I want, it feels comforting, right? It feels good because at least I'm prepared for this chaos. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know. And that's the scary part, right? That's the hard part, to make that leap, because now you don't know what it's going to look like. But a lot of times we think about it being bad. And now, like, the more that I've like sat on it, and where this message feels like it's going is like, focus on the good. Think of how good it will feel not giving a fuck about people pleasing others, pretending, wearing the mask, doing the bullshit just for the sake of it. You don't even fucking like those people. So why does it matter, right? Like, why does it matter? And it doesn't. But it's also like, you gotta also take your time. Like, you can't just say, oh, in the next 2 months I'm gonna 100% be me. Like, it doesn't, that's not how it works. It takes time because it takes layers. To build this foundation is taking layers. You know that, like, gelato, I think it's like Teleteny or whatever, I don't know how to read, but it says like, it has the layers, right? And there's like 5 or 6 layers. That's you. Like, you're in your layer, you're in your phase, right? Butterfly, you're in your cocoon, but you're layered here. And each layer you get stronger and stronger. Each layer you get closer and closer. And that's what you should be focused on. Is like, man, I can't wait until this next layer. Instead of being like, oh, fuck. You can be like, oh, this is going to be great. This is amazing. Right? I don't know. I feel like Spirit is really like trying to be like very happy of like how proud they are of you. Like, I just feel really proud. I just feel really good. And it feels like Spirit is like trying to, you know, let me feel that emotion, to really like dictate that to you guys, if like they're really happy. Like, you're the one that's being hard on yourself. Like, they're not being hard on you. You are. Like, any movement forward is the right thing. That is the best thing. It doesn't matter how you got there, but as long as you get there, and not letting it affect you when you move to the next one, right? That's why these levels are so much harder now, where you do have these big moments. There are these big feelings. There's lots to unpack, but that's on purpose, because you got a few layers on you, babe. Like, you are doing a kick-ass job. And I think we forget that. I really do. I'm saying this even for myself. Like, I think we really do forget that. And I don't think Spirit wants us to be all shadow work, all crazy. I'm going through it, chaotic, anxiety, mania, depression, like high highs, low lows, in the middles, can't feel nothing. Like, I don't think Spirit doesn't want us to be all over the place, but Spirit definitely doesn't want us to be like only up or only down. Like, it's cool to like wave out a little bit. Like, yeah, there's some really dope moments and there's some really low moments, but you can even yourself back out because you do the things that you love and enjoy. You're finally being yourself. You're finally standing up for yourself. You're finally doing the things that make you happy because you're not worried about making other people happy. And that's awesome, right? Like, that's amazing. That's what everyone wants. But we forget about it. And it's just, we get caught up in life because that's what humans do. And that's not a bad thing. We made this choice. Confirmation. I just really think that Spirit wants us to move forward a little happier, a little bigger, a little stronger. Show that shit off, right? It's summer. We're supposed to be having fun. We can't just be like trapped in our emotions. Like, we are supposed to have fun. And I think, moving forward, we're gonna put more fun into Stellanova. We're gonna put more fun into our lives, because that's what gets us closer, when we actually are enjoying life. And it's not just all of the hard battles that you have to, rock climb to get to the top. It doesn't have to be that hard. Sometimes there's just open pathways, right? These moments of joy, living for ourselves, being happy, being present. Like, those are quick ways to get to where you want to go. Yeah, there's still gonna be hard times, but it's not gonna affect you as much. Like how I feel right now about my car. I'm like, okay, I mean, I have so many people that show up for me and my family. Like, I'm appreciative. I love it. I've been going to the grocery store. I still have gone out this week. Like, I've been going on walks. I've been doing stuff. Like, there's a lot that I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Like, this could be in the winter. You know, this could be worse, but it could be even better, right? The more positive I am, the more excited I am, because truthfully, like, what are you gonna do? You can't change it. I don't have, 10 grand just to go buy a new car or something, right? Or just to like fix this all up all at once. Like, I don't have that. So I can't just fix that in the moment. But I know that there's people around me that can help me, and I can be positive as much as possible. Like, yeah, it sucks. Like, it definitely sucks. But it's also like, okay, well, it's not forever. I know that. And I went like 7 months without a car. So I can definitely handle like 2 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. Like, I know I can handle that. And I think we just got to think about our perspectives, of like, okay, yeah, this sucks. I don't want to deal with it. But it's also like, I've been through a lot worse and I've survived. So I know I can do it. And that's a part of the layering, right? Because you're stronger, quicker, faster, because you've been doing it and you're better at it now. So focus on the positive. That's really what I'm getting here. Focus on the positive and be proud of yourself. I keep saying like a timeline. The one where you like do the bar and the line and the bar. It feels like Spirit is like, if you did a timeline of like when you started this journey and where you are now and where you were, you'd be blown away. Like, if somebody made a PowerPoint presentation, type that into AI. Okay, put that in your ChatGPT. If you were going to make a presentation about my timeline of, my spiritual growth, what would it look like, or whatever, I don't know. I don't know all the words, but you know what I mean. And see how far you've really come. Like, it's wild. It's really wild when I think about it. Because the person I am right now, holding my boundaries, sticking up for my husband, sticking up for myself, not people pleasing, finally sharing my light. Like, if somebody was going to tell me that I'd be sitting in my car that doesn't work and I'd be like doing this, I would not have believed you, babe. Never. No. And now I'm like, yeah, of course it is. Of course this is what I should be doing, because this is what makes me the happiest. And it's work, but it doesn't feel like work, right? It's deeper. I'm a very deep person. I have a Scorpio stellium in my 12th house. I have major planets in there. I have Mercury, Venus, Pluto. And I also have, I think, my North Node or South Node, I forget. And then I think I have Mars too. I don't know. I have like 6 planets, so it's wild. But I'm just a really deep person. I'm not really for like just like chit chat bullshit. I mean, I do like it, right? Like, I do like to get to know people that way, but I also like to get to know people of like, oh, what's your most traumatic moment? Like, what was something as a child that scarred you for life, or your most embarrassing moment? I know mine. Like, I'm willing to share. Are you? Because yeah, I would love to know your favorite color, but also I want to know why that's your favorite color. And what does it make you feel like, and why does it make you feel like that, and how can you bring more of that into your life? Like, that, those are questions that come out of my ass when I talk to people all the time, because I do want the deeper layer. And I think that is, a part of why I ended up here. Spiritually, that's some of the deepest ways I can connect with people, and I fucking love it. I really do. But I have not been thinking positive enough, and that's gotta go. I need to think more positively, and I need to do more stuff for myself that makes me happy and not worry about what's next. So if you're on the same page as me, let me know in Discord. Let me know what you're thinking. Notes, thoughts, concerns of any kind. But I'm really excited for this week. I'm really excited for this new month, this new energy. We're Cancer season. I know I was saying Leo season. I totally messed up my days. But it is Cancer season until the 22nd. So it's time. It is time to really go hard. And yes, Cancer is about emotions. It is a water sign. But it doesn't have to all be so sad, doom and gloom. there's a lot of good things that have been happening and are on the way. So I cannot wait for the week, how we're all feeling. Following up on, last week is like the prompt that you'll see for today. So I'm very excited. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see what's next for this week. Bye.